twins, Lexia and I are two sides of a coin. Name Alexia.
Huh? Huh?
Okay, heart, then... Okay. I think I get what it's telling me to do. Never mind. I feel like the answer I need is right here in the room. I just gotta figure it out. I feel like I have the answer, I'm just not putting it together. There's twins, Alexia and I are two sides of a coin. That's under Alexia, but it's not the reverse. The answer is not the reverse. I really don't know.
Later.
From the remains of an ancient virus within the genes of a queen ant, I have been concentrating on the research of ants. Ecosystem of the ant seems truly ideal to me. There's one queen ant in each anthill, and the soldier and worker ants are the queen's slaves. They dedicate their lives to the queen. You are messed up. Death of the queen ant means the doom of the entire anthill. However, the soldier and worker ants can be easily replaced as long as the queen ant is alive. Exactly the same relationship between myself and the other ignorant masses. I wouldn't say that that is the exact same relationship. I don't think that's true. I succeeded in creating an ideal virus by implanting the queen ant genes into the mother virus that Spencer found. Used by otherwise useless father as a test subject. However, as I expected, the virus caused a rapid change in his cells, triggering the complete destruction of his brain cells and body flesh. Furthermore, a special type of poison gas was generated inside his body that the blue herb had no effect against. Because of this, I created an antidote in case of emergency and stored it inside of the weapon chemical warehouse on the B2 floor. Decided to name this virus with unimaginable potential the T. Veronica virus. When I find out how I can utilize the power of this wonderful virus, my great research will finally be complete. Alexia, you are not a good person. I still think I'm supposed to have the answer to this. I just don't know it. I can't figure it out. What's good, Mammut? How you doing? He is so zesty. You must be talking about someone else. I assume I can't backseat here. I mean, if you tell me I don't have the code, then that's fine. What do you have? Literally just this message as a hint. That's literally all I had to go off of here. You have everything here, so I can get it out of here. If I tell you a hint, sure. Yo, what's good, Benz? How you doing, brother? Two sides of the same. Maybe it's like the middle two switched? Is the static from the game? Yeah, there's a fucking screen right here that's doing it. If I tell you the first one based on the hint you told me. No, I got this. I got this. I think I got this. Oh, man. I know how they wanted you to figure this out, but I don't think it's possible because the answer is stupid. First one is pretty obvious, though. Is it? Do you want the answer? Nah, I got this. Don't know if it's because I already know the answer, but it seems obvious. There's literally, like... To me, the obvious answer is to just reverse the code. But that's not correct, so I don't even know what logic you could use to make a fucking answer here. BS, it my brother in Christ. The first symbol is obvious. I would assume that, like, there's logic to it, obviously. But if the logic isn't to reverse the whole code, then none of it's fucking obvious. Because... what fucking logic can even make sense here? Other side of a coin for a picture of a heart? I don't fucking... what does that even mean? What if I do it backwards and reverse the two? Sure. Whatever fucking sense that was supposed to make. The first symbol is obvious in my ass. Why the fuck would the first symbol be the AA? The fucking A was opposite? The A wasn't even the last one. It was the third one. AA is twins. I mean, yeah. As twins, we are two sides of the same coin. How does any of that equate to the double A being the first one? It was the third. It was the third option of the code before because it was opposite. How does the third one get to the first spot? I literally reversed the whole code and then switched the two pieces individually. How does any of that fucking make any sense? Why would it be like that? That doesn't make any sense. That's dumb. Because, bro, because the little hint. The hint clearly makes it seem like you just reversed the code. Why would you have to reverse the code and then grab the two pieces and swap them individually after doing that? A's represent twins, so it's the first one. But that doesn't make any sense. Why would that be the first one? Why would the rest of the code make any sense? Alexia is the queen. That doesn't fit though, because the other guy's name is Alfred. They're both double A. Alfred and Alexia equals double A. I get that. Why? What logic dictates that would be the first part of the code though? The hint. I have explained that the hint makes it sound like you're supposed to reverse the code. Why would you reverse the code and then invert the two halves of the code afterwards? It doesn't make sense. The code mentions they are twin. As twins, we are two sides of the same coin. How? Okay, what logic dictates the second one being the fucking crown? Or the spade or the heart. How does any like it doesn't add up after? If the code doesn't work reversed, then it probably isn't reversed. But the hint makes it sound like it should just be reversed. Alexia's queen. Queen comes first. None of that makes any sense. Like none of that had anything to do with the code. Alfred is her heart. No, he isn't. She don't even like him. You're just making shit up. Hang on. After you do the double A, it's literally just symbols in the consecutive. No, it's literally not. It's literally not. They're completely reversed. Spade is highest. You guys are making it up. You guys are actually making shit up. Bro, it's from the wiki. They're making it up. I figured it out. They're making it up. They're literally just straight up wrong. Okay. So we know the original code. What I feel like this is the smallest pencil size ever. It kind of is, but whatever. Right? And then we have... And then we have... Alright, so look. You invert the code. I did it the wrong order. After the double A, it's just consecutive Ronder tail. What the fuck did you just say? Okay, look, chat. I think I figured it out. So you reverse the order, correct? You reverse the order, but look. The
Drink
spade,
water, dehydrated bitch.
The spade upside down is a heart. It's got a little tail, but it's a heart, right? The double A upside down has the 4 points of the crown, right? So it's like a full reversal, bro. You are reaching, Lucy. You are literally reading a clue that does not exist, and you're gonna say I'm reaching for the fact that the pictures match. And so you just reverse the whole code and then reverse the pictures that match. You're flipping them upside down, right? It's a coin. You're looking at the other side of the coin mirrored, right? In order to flip the double A upside down, it's the crown, because the crown is 4 points on top, whereas double A is 4 points on bottom. Double A doesn't look like a crown. Well, yeah, obviously it doesn't quite, but like, 4 points on bottom, 4 points on top. If you wanna flip it upside down, you gotta use crown in its place. I'm pointing at my screen like y'all can fucking see what I'm doing. Pull up the hint symbols. That's the smallest image that planet Earth has ever seen. Also, I just got a spoiler. You're supposed to put the paperweight in the thing. Okay, this will work.
What is fucking going on? Can someone answer?
Don't worry, Nina. We'll get to it. Okay, look. The quality's horrible, but look. The heart upside down is the spade. The spade upside down is the heart. So they're like mirror images of each other vertically. Or horizontally. And then the crown. No, wait, you're right. It's 3 points because the two A's connect at the middle here. It's 3 points. It's a 3-point crown, not a 4-point crown. Twins is AA. Alexia is queen for crown. Alfred is her heart, and the highest ranking soldier is spade, even though not a single one of these, none of this is hinted literally anywhere. I'm about to go look even further for this. Anyone knows anything about card suites? No, a spade is a sword. None of this is hinted at in the game, though. It wouldn't make any sense. Yo, this post from 2001. Okay, guys, actually, literally all of this is wrong. What it is the paperweight. You know what? I'm gonna go pull the paperweight up. I'm gonna explain y'all how the puzzle works now. Now that I have the answer. You skipped lore. I literally didn't. Opposite side of A is heart. Right? Heart was the first one. Now A, double A, is the first one because it's the opposite side. That's how the puzzle works. You know both those things can be true, right? I can absolutely guarantee to you the absolute slop reasoning on the fandom wiki is just wrong. It makes so much more sense that the opposite would be the literal paperweight that's meant to be the finishing piece of the puzzle. What do you mean, Y'all really gonna sit here and accept some random fanfic on the fandom wiki? Paperweight was for losers like you who never read the lore. Where's the lore? There is no lore in this game related to a bit like the heart doesn't even make sense. The whole none of that made any sense. You can solve it. I have read every single note I've come across. I have read every single one. Y'all can't even say I skip lore. I have read all of them, and none of them bring up the most that random bullshit because it doesn't make any sense. Mine makes more sense. None of what you guys are saying makes any sense. Are you seriously trying to tell me that makes any level of more sense than the opposite side of this being the fucking answer? I guarantee to you, if you look anywhere else, they will not bring up this logic because it just does not make sense. You both smoke and get the puzzle done? I'd love to, but I really straight up don't remember where it is.